Keep going, keep going, keep going.
What else do we have?
No, guys, we're gonna play Ina Pina. Executive decision.
No, we can't play Ina Pina.
We have to, we don't have any other music.
Everybody already...
Guys, we have to play.
Okay, everybody's gonna have to play.
You don't have Ina Pina?
You have Ina Pina.
Then what are you talking about?
No, but...
Play Ina Pina. No repeats this time. Just no repeats. No repeats. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. My name is Maddox Dasbrook, and as president of the Brecksville Broadview Heights chapter of the National Honor Society, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. We gather here today at the 78th Annual NHS Induction Ceremony to honor and acknowledge both our new inductees and our current members, selected from our junior and senior classes. These are students who exemplify the 4 pillars of NHS: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The unique dedication to these individuals displayed to our school and to our community is certainly admirable. To begin, I would like to thank the string quartet consisting of Hannah Mazak, Laya Ragav, Kara Sabo, and Ella Detre. We are pleased to have their wonderful playing both commence and conclude today's ceremony. Thank you. On behalf of the Brecksville Broadview Heights High School chapter of the National Honor Society, we are honored to welcome the following individuals. Please hold your applause until the end, and we will thank them together. Superintendent, Ms. Joelle Magyar. Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. David Martin. Our high school administrators, Principal Mr. Kevin Jacob, and Assistant Principal Mr. Josh Bacco. We would especially like to express our gratitude for the Faculty Council. We are truly indebted to them for their tremendous assistance with the new member selection process. Mr. Stephen Cocchiola, Mrs. Allison Reynolds, Mr. Louie Rundo, Mrs. Candice Vendel, and Mrs. Brooke Welch. Please join me in thanking each of these remarkable individuals for their diligence and dedication to our school, our communities, and our National Honor Society chapter. I would now like to recognize the efforts of our current members who have served as co-chairs for this induction ceremony. Please stand when I recognize your name. Our program, we have Eliana Gamboa and Connor Smith. Our tapping committee, Ivana Babick, Jillian Butler, Brooke Brobst, and Emma Caputo. Our flowers, we had Caitlin Whitehead, McKenna Mack, Delaney Evans, and Ella Shaheen. Our greeters, Kristen Griffiths, Ryan Smith, Lucas Torres, Molly Ryan, Alexandria Pacunis, Shay Vidovic, Lauren Hinshaw, Gianna Giordano, Allison Voida, and Ria Patel. Our stage setup and takedown, Demetrios Rousakis, Evelyn Chermani, Sarah Hassan, Samantha Kusovic, Nathan Ahrens, Charlotte Stibley, John Schnigenberg, Mackenzie Konechka, and Jake Banks. Our tech support, Evelyn Chermani and Anna Ditzig. To my fellow officers, thank you for all you do. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Please stand when I call your name. Vice President Josh Ackerman. Recording Secretary Jillian Butler. Corresponding Secretary Ivana Babick. And Treasurer Andrew Youssef. And most of all, thank you to our two outstanding faculty advisors, Mrs. Williams and Mrs. Owens. Due to their humble nature, most do not fully realize the extent of their effort, but I can personally vouch for their exceptional commitment to making this organization one of the most respected in our school. Even though words cannot adequately describe our appreciation for you, I would like to sincerely thank you both on behalf of all of us. Please join me in a round of well-deserved applause for these two fabulous advisors. It is truly my honor to now introduce and welcome to the podium Mrs. Joelle Magyar, Superintendent of the Brecksville Broadview Heights City School District, to share a few remarks.
Thank you, Maddox. On behalf of the Board of Education and everyone in the Brecksville Broadview Heights City Schools family, I welcome you to this very special ceremony to honor this year's inductees into the National Honor Society. My name is Joelle Magyar, and I have the privilege to serve as the District Superintendent. Today you will learn more about the pillars of the National Honor Society: leadership, service, scholarship, and character, and how our inductees have demonstrated the time, effort, and energy to truly master these interrelated qualities. I congratulate each and every one of you for your dedication, your hard work, your positive spirit, your commitment to high standards, and for the stamina necessary to earn your spot on the stage today. You are model students in our district, and today you are being appropriately recognized for your accomplishments. On behalf of everyone, I applaud your families and close friends who have played an integral role in today's milestone. Congratulations, mothers, fathers, siblings, and other family members who have empowered our inductees and who have created home environments that enable achievement and success. Thank you to our family members in attendance today. The staff members of the BBH-CSD deserve recognition as well for their efforts to encourage our students. I thank our advisors, Mrs. Owens and Mrs. Williams, and those on the selection committee for their mentorship, their diligence in selecting these individuals who today, with this recognition, elevate their status as members of the National Honor Society, and who in the process have made themselves fine representatives of their families and for the Brecksville Broadview Heights City Schools District. Congratulations to all of you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Magyar. Next, I am pleased to introduce Mr. Kevin Jacob, high school principal, to share a few words.
Good morning, everyone. First off, thank you for being here today at Brecksville Broadview Heights High School to recognize some of our best and brightest students. I would also like to offer a very warm, happy holiday message to you as well. And I'll get back to that theme in a few minutes, but I'd like to really address our new inductees first and foremost. I want to congratulate you on being excellent stewards. You have been stewards of your character for your time here at Brecksville Broadview Heights High School, and most likely long before that. You have been stewards of your scholarship and your academic achievement and growth, taking your classwork seriously, attacking learning daily, not just to get a grade in most instances, but hopefully to learn something that you can take and transfer to numerous settings throughout your not only your academic future, but your future post Brecksville Broadview Heights High School. You have been stewards in your community as leaders. You've been recognized by a faculty council for demonstrating the character that is needed to be a leader here at Brecksville Broadview Heights High School. And maybe most importantly, you have been stewards of service to the greater school community and the communities of Brecksville and Broadview Heights High School. It's one thing to be a steward of your own path and journey, but it is something else to become a steward of the path and the journey for many others. That is a challenge that you are now taking on with inclusion in the National Honor Society. You will now become stewards for your classmates. You will become stewards for the members of your grade, for your teams, your activities, your various clubs, your places of worship. And in a society today where we have so many who suffer from the disease of me, we forget that oftentimes we get greater reward and greater accomplishment by serving and caring for others and using those gifts and talents that are bestowed upon us to make the world a better place. Our society is never judged by our brightest lights, but judged how those brightest lights guide the rest of us. I challenge you now to become stewards of the rest of us and to show us a way that leads to collaboration, to care, to concern, and to the betterment of all. And I am confident that so many of you will take that challenge to heart and will do things that I myself would probably never be able to do. During the holiday season, we often get wrapped up in the gifts, the parties, the meals, the snacks, the food, and all of those things. But this holiday season, I challenge you to look around to see how you can be a steward of your community and to provide service for others. Your character asks you to do that. Thank you, everybody. I look forward to having an opportunity to speak with you after the ceremony today. As Ms. Magyar said, that these students are truly our best and our brightest, and I am confident to say she is 100% accurate in that statement. Congratulations, new inductees, and welcome to Brecksville Broadview Heights High School to our guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jacob. It is my delight to introduce Drew Zabkar and Rowan Hauer, who will read the names of the current members of the National Honor Society. Members, please stand as your name is read.
All right. Joshua Ackerman, Rocco Ardo, Nathan Aarons, Ivana Babick, Jake Banks, Audrey Bird, Brooke Brost, Jillian Butler, Emma Caputo, Isabella Caputo, Evelyn Tremonti, Maddox Dazenbrook, Anna Derry, Haley Detmeyer, Anna Ditzig, William Edlund, Delaney Evans, Brianna Fair, Alexander Fliss, Eliana Gamboa, Chase Garrido, Gianna Giordano, Kristen Griffiths, Joseph Grilly, Sarah Hassan, Rowan Hauer, Ryan Joseph, Mackenzie Konechka, Paulina Kornyashenko, Samantha Kusevic,
William Liu, McKenna Mack, Molly McCafferty, Anna Moad, Valerie Munshire, Stephanie Myers, Gina Panayiotou, Ria Patel, James Patrick, Isabella Pavia, Daniel Pavlik, Alexandria Pekunis, Zachary Petros, Peter Redinger, Esther Ryan, Rachel Russello, Demetrius Rusakis, Molly Ryan, John Schnigenberg, Stacy Schnigenberg, Ella Shaheen, Connor Smith, Ryan Smith, Leah Spacek, Charlotte Stibley, Kai Sistersik, Jennifer Siz, Lucas Torres, Kaylee Urbanowitz, Ella Van Rumpy, Sweta Veluvolu, Shay Vidovic, Allison Voida, Caitlin Whitehead, Anderson Winzen, Andrew Youssef, Andrew Zabkar, Zachary Zywick.
Thank you, Drew and Rowan. My fellow members, congratulations. Thank you for your time and your devotion to our chapter. It is now my pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker, Mr. Clergett. Mr. Clergett has been a teacher at the high school for 8 years. Using his wit and his love for teaching, he promotes an inclusive, energetic, and engaging learning environment to share his passion for physics. He has also been the Tri-M Music Honor Society advisor for 5 years. Please join me in welcoming today's speaker, Mr. Seth Clergett.
Thank you, Maddox. Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today. It was very brave of you to ask me, as I'm not a great public speaker or speechwriter, and it's been difficult to decide what to talk about. Not to mention that last time I did this, I wrote 4 single-spaced pages. I've learned. Your peers are going to speak about the pillars of NHS, so I'll avoid that. As life so often does, when you're receptive to its suggestions, something eventually became apparent. Today I'll talk about diversity, babies, giraffes, and a 1970s teen pop star. You live in a time and place where it can be difficult to be someone who stands out, to be someone who is different or someone who doesn't quite fit. Often when you're a person like this, you face being laughed at and mocked for your differences. I've thought a lot this year about differences and about learning to be who we are rather than who we are supposed to be. As a species, we are very good at putting labels on things. We organize, file, categorize, and generally heap objects and ideas into one pile or another for convenient reference. We do this so that we can make easy comparisons about things in one group versus those in another. This is a very reasonable thing to do with objects, and it's a skill that serves us well in work and school. Yet, we also do this with people. We give people labels based on height, weight, dietary habits. We give people labels based on gender, religion, and race. We do this for much the same reason: easy comparison of those people with ourselves and with the groups of which we perceive we are a part. In doing this, we all make, to a greater or lesser degree, the same mistake. We see the group first and forget to meet the individual, that individual human being that is so much more than the label we give them or even the one they give themselves. That person that belongs to many groups and has many facets to their personhood. We forget to learn about the skills, beliefs, dreams, and passions that we may share. We often choose to ignore, misunderstand, and fear those that are not in our group. We stick to our tribe for safety and warmth. We do this because the familiar feels safer and more comfortable than the unfamiliar. Instead, we should be celebrating our fellow human beings, cherishing the differences that give variety to our social fabric and cultural experience, and welcoming those that can bring us enrichment in the form of new perspectives and ideas. Last Saturday, my younger son Harrison, turned 1. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to spend much time with 1-year-old children, so let me tell you what they're like. My son is constantly moving and constantly curious about everything around him. He's always watching, thinking, listening, touching, and exploring. He learns something new about himself and his environment every minute of every day when he's awake, which is more than I want him to be, especially at 2 a.m. Harrison can't talk, but he never stops making noises. He's trying to talk to us and to his brother so hard that you can hear the words in the babble. You know he's telling us something, and even though we can't understand his words, he keeps trying to be understood. Harrison can't walk, but every day he stands up, waves his hands, tries to move his feet, and falls over. As you'd expect, it's kind of hilarious. But then, something amazing happens. No matter how many times he stands and falls, he tries again. He doesn't cry about it, he doesn't whine and come ask for help. He just gets up and tries again. Somebody who came to the birthday party got Harrison a book. He can't read, but he likes to listen and look at the pictures. The book is called Giraffes Can't Dance. This is an amazing title for a book that has a picture of a dancing giraffe on the front. I was dubious. A little confusing from the start. It gets better, though. We find out that all the jungle animals are having a dance party, and Gerald, that's the giraffe, shows up and gets laughed out of the party before he even has a chance because the animals all tell him, because they all know, giraffes can't dance. Gerald is understandably upset, and he mopes off into the night. He meets a cricket with a violin, like you'd expect. It's a children's book. And the cricket plays for him. Gerald finds out he can dance. After all, he just needed the right music. The book says we can all dance when we find music that we love. Today, December 9th, is the 65th birthday, get ready for it, of Donny Osmond. It's a mixture of who the heck is that and oh my God, how old am I, right? I'm somewhere in between them. Who was born on December 9th, 1957. If you don't know who Donny Osmond is, think Justin Bieber from the 1970s. Okay. It's the best I could do. If you do know who Donny Osmond is, then think of him like a male version of Marie. It's funnier in my head. Donny Osmond is famous, among other things, for being in a musical called Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's got everything: family drama, kidnapping, crazy prophecies, and a pharaoh that does a great Elvis impersonation. Remember, this was the 70s. The opening song is called Any Dream Will Do, and it has Joseph telling about his amazing coat. He says, I wore my coat with golden lining, bright colors shining, wonderful and new. I want you to leave here today wearing all of your beautiful, shining colors for everyone to see. I want you to find your music and dance like Gerald. I want you to be like a 1-year-old, constantly curious, always trying to make yourself understood, and don't stop trying. I want you to look past labels. I want you to meet the individual and welcome their differences. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clergett. I know your words have inspired all of us. On behalf of NHS, thank you very much for being our guest speaker this afternoon. Calvin Coolidge once said, "No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave." In order to live an honorable life, we must remember to always give more than what we receive and celebrate the act of giving. Our members and inductees have and continue to serve our school and community, displaying their commitment to the values of our organization. Induction into NHS is a memorable occasion that presents us with the opportunity to reflect and consider how we can continue to define this prestigious organization, our community, and ourselves with our actions and decisions. With that, I welcome Jennifer Sizz to the podium to bring our attention to the significance of scholarship. Vice President Josh Ackerman will be lighting the candles that represent the 4 respective hallmarks of the National Honor Society: character, scholarship, leadership, and service.
The 4 pillars of the National Honor Society are crucial to a student's endeavors, both in high school and whatever they plan to do after high school, whether it be the trades, attending a university, or joining the armed forces. Leadership, character, service, and last but not least, scholarship. One sec, I'll give it a second to catch up. You may be thinking scholarship is about money for college, and honestly, that's what I first thought of as well. However, scholarship is best described as our commitment to learning and discovering the benefits of a cultivated mind. One second, just give me a sec. Dedication to scholarship involves academic exploration outside of the classroom. It involves embracing your curious mind and dedicating time and effort into learning new things and challenging yourself. I know it's cliche, but after enduring online school and quarantine, I think that it's easy to say that our work ethic and scholarship were diminished, which happened to millions of individuals worldwide. And as a matter of fact, by a show of hands, whether you're a parent, teacher, or a student, how many of you remember this? I know there's more hands than that. Don't even lie to me. Raise them, raise them. That's exactly what I thought. Thank you. Thank you. Personally, I started not putting in the effort I used to, both inside and outside of the classroom, or Zoom call, should I say. I wasn't participating in the discussions being held, and I felt unheard. This had such a negative impact on me, but it helped knowing that I wasn't alone. Thank you to those who raised your hand. Coming back to school my junior year completely reintroduced me to the way the curriculum is actually supposed to go. I had to readjust to hands-on learning in the classroom, like I'm sure many of you had to as well. I had to regain my passion for scholarship and resuscitate my curiosity. This was extraordinarily difficult for me, and honestly, my report card showed that. But I continued to work hard in and out of school, and I even hired a tutor and stayed after school for additional help from my teachers. Continuing to try to improve despite my life completely changing exemplified the importance of being a scholar. My efforts to do better allowed me to be on this stage talking to you today. When you're in the National Honor Society, scholarship is one of the most important traits to bring to the table. And I know that each and every one of you has what it takes to be a scholarly student and to challenge yourselves. And I'm so proud of you for being here today and celebrating such an important milestone in your high school career. I'm privileged to represent the pillar of scholarship, and I hope that you are as well, as you are formally inducted into such a distinguished society. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jennifer. Our next speaker is Katie Whitehead, who will address the meaning of leadership.
Good afternoon, students and families. It is such an honor to be speaking in front of you and your kids today. My name is Katie Whitehead, and I am lucky enough to have the privilege of being a part of NHS. This amazing group of individuals have not only shown outstanding academic achievement, but have also put in hours of community service each day to better represent our Bees community. These individuals represent the program through their characters and actions every day, whether they step foot in the school or not. But one of the main traits that differentiates NHS from any other program offered in the school is our dedication to leadership. This goes far beyond just simply leading a club. This means community and showing leadership in your daily life, not just what you do in school. Even something as simple as washing the dishes the minute you get home is leadership, which I'm sure your parents would love it if you did. As represented in the 4 pillars of NHS, we are a group of bright young leaders determined to change the world and create a better tomorrow. We believe that each of you in this room uphold the qualities of a leader. But what exactly makes a leader? And how can you show leadership qualities in your daily life? Let's take a look at this through the eyes of one of the smallest animals on Earth, the ant. Now you may be thinking, what benefits are there to being an ant? Ants are small, rough, they have to hunt for food, and they have to worry about being stepped on by humans like you and me. What does a tiny ant have to do with leadership? Well, despite their challenges in size, ants are very intelligent. They are aware that their existence is dependent on proper planning and strategic execution of their goals. Before even attempting to tackle a problem, the ant takes a moment to focus. Because if the ant makes even one false movement, it could lose its life. They don't just simply follow the orders of their queen. They get their own food. They tackle their own problems. And all it takes for them to do it is a little bit of focus and the courage to step up and be a leader. They may not be strong, but they do everything possible to help, going beyond physical limits and strength to attack an obstacle. In order to be a successful leader, we need to have an ant-like mindset. We need to quit telling ourselves that we can't do this just because of something we don't get right away. We need to persevere through the hard times, just like an ant does to get food for the day. We need to take charge and step up to the challenge, because in the end of the day, the things that we do when we lead will change our world much more than when we hide away. Anyone can be a leader, no matter your size, shape, physical ability, or athletic ability. It doesn't matter. The world needs leaders now more than ever. Some of my close peers have called me the girl who does everything, because I am so passionate about the activities that I take part in the school. And believe me, I take part in several of them. And as the so-called girl who does everything, I encourage you to try these simple actions. Volunteer for that service opportunity. Stay for those extra 30 minutes. Try out for that captain position. Take charge in the treacherous challenge that's facing your community today and make a difference. Because if even a tiny ant can be a leader, anyone can. I wish you all the best of luck in NHS, and may your leadership shine through the many opportunities you are presented. I look forward to seeing all of you grow. Thank you so much.
Well done, Katie. I am now pleased to introduce Anna Derry, who will depict the compassion and fulfillment that can be achieved through character.
I'm really short. Okay. Well, hi everybody. Well, to start off my speech, I want to congratulate all the inductees here today. You all have worked so hard, and I am so incredibly proud of you guys. Now, to start off my speech, I have a few questions for you guys. I'm sorry, I know you guys are doing a lot of questioning during tests and everything, but here are my questions. By a show of hands, how many people here have done a puzzle? Okay. Alrighty, who here has solved a Rubik's Cube? Okay, wait. I clearly have not solved a Rubik's Cube. I tried to learn how to do it this week, but could not do it. So congratulations to those who can. And lastly, my personal favorite, probably because of how simplistic it is, who here has done a baby puzzle? Okay. Alrighty. As I expected, many of you have done puzzles at least once in your lifetime. Although, personally, I find that puzzle making takes patience. And sadly for me, I tend to lack in that category. Well, in my defense, I have the attention span of a goldfish. But my ability to stay on task, or whether or not you've done a puzzle in your life, isn't my purpose here today. My purpose here today is to talk about character. But this raises the question, why would I ask about whether you've indulged in puzzle making when I'm supposed to be talking about character? Well, personally, I like to think of character as a puzzle. The color and shape of each individual piece may be insignificant on its own, but when connected together with other pieces, the images begin to form. We can begin forming an idea of what our personal picture may represent from the connections we make with others. Our friends, families, teachers, and even strangers can provide puzzle pieces that we can choose to intertwine into our lives. Some pieces that I've incorporated into my own life has been being courteous, trusting, and reliable. At times, though, your character may be tested with new, challenging puzzle pieces: deceit, sacrifice, and disappointment. And while some pieces may be hard to make sense of, I will encourage you to remember that each piece of your personal puzzle will create your big picture. As you embark on your National Honor Society journey, I encourage each of you to take the time to acknowledge what characteristics are important to frame your big picture. Commit to yourself, be true to your good character, and strive to make it your personal piece of art. Become the leader who sets the bar as a person of good character. As you continue to put together the pieces of your life, I hope you can create a beautiful picture that reflects your character. Once again, congratulations, inductees, on your good character and induction to the National Honor Society.
Thank you, Anna. Last but certainly not least, Eliana Gamboa will highlight the importance of service.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a question for all of you, especially since Anna just threw a couple questions at you earlier. When we think of service, what do we think of? Throw some answers at me. I'm serious.
Volunteering.
Volunteering?
Yeah, I got you.
Come on. Helping at a nursing home? Yeah.
Collecting socks and gloves for SAD.
For SAD Club? Yeah. Uh-huh. Come on, let's do two more.
Canned food drive.
Canned food drive. River Sweep. I love River Sweep. Those are all awesome things, and they all indeed encompass the idea of service. But what if I told you it could be more than that? Service can come in many, many forms, such as cleaning up trash, helping a fundraiser, and volunteering in retirement homes. But it can also come in the form of holding open the door for someone, complimenting your friend or stranger about how they look, or high-fiving someone you don't know. Everyone high-fives someone they don't know. Turn to someone. Oh, yeah! Despite the differences between these ideas, yours and mine alike, they all have one thing in common: make something better, whether it be directly or indirectly. Here's an example of something I would consider as service. Buying my older brother, Jaden, a lovely gift before he left for college in California, a plush Minecraft bee. For a while, I've had my own stuffed bee, and as a service on my behalf as his little sister, I went to the store and got his own bee. Needless to say, we cried and laughed at the exchange when I had to say goodbye to him at the airport. I told him that if he ever gets homesick in California, he can just hug the bee, because I have a bee in Ohio. The plush bee was our way of connecting 2,000 miles away from each other. In short, he loved the gift, and my service was a success. I impacted him positively with my gift. I made him happy, and my bee's name is Bugsy, and then his bee's name, guess what? It's Bubbles. The purpose of service and why it is such an important pillar in NHS is because of the impact it can have on one or hopefully many people. Additionally, you don't have to hold a high academic standard in order to execute such activities. Now, I'm not saying you're not academically talented. I mean, look at you. You're being inducted into the National Honor Society of BBH. I'm trying to say that service is universal. Anyone can make someone's day better. Anyone can make an impact on their community. Anyone can make a difference. And that's why you're here. You're here because you said, I want to make a difference. You're here to start a wave of change through service. But one roadblock that must be overcome in order to see and do service as it was meant to be is how we view it. Service hours is being viewed like currency. You want service hours because you need to get into this club. You need service hours to get into that honor society. These are all valid needs and wants. Yet, it's making the act of service be seen more of a chore. We have to realize that the main purpose of service is to make something better for everyone, not just to add hours to your application. Changing this mindset is much easier said than done, but it is completely feasible. As Dr. Seuss famously said, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. And I know all of you care a whole awful lot. That's why you're sitting here today. You're here to make a difference, and that's service. So, what can you do? First, you need to have the willingness to do service. Your commitment to NHS already indicates that you have that willingness. Second, do it. Volunteer for that basketball game. It's most likely going to make the chaperone's experience better. Help out with that trash collection. You're going to make the environment breathe a little easier. Reach out to that kid who's been sitting by themselves. You're probably going to make their day. Write your teachers a letter, help your local blood drive, walk your neighbor's dog, make your own community event, get your fellow sibling a little gift, perhaps a bee even. Do a service not just for hours, but for the betterment of anything. It doesn't have to be done directly, and it doesn't have to be groundbreaking. Make something better through dedicating your time to it. To Jaden, thank you so much for being an awesome brother, and please remember to look after your bee Bubbles. And inductees, congratulations on your accomplishments. Now go out there and change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Eliana. I now invite our two secretaries, Jillian Butler and Ivana Babick, to the podium to lead the presentation of the new inductees.
Carolus Bechet. William Chen. Sal Corbo. Diana Ganem. Marina Hanna. Denise Hernandez Albaran. Katharina Ilchev. Rose Mish. Zachary Niehez. Cooper Scruck. Madeline Stooges. Esther Sung. Annika Sesniak. Ava Wolf. Zainab Zafar. Amana Ahmed. Ashlyn Audino. Eli Beach. Ava Belleville. Addison Bender. Maria Boulas. Isabella Brashear. Benjamin Brobst. Quinn Brown. Bridget Butler. Kate Butler. Nathan Kane. Gabrielle Chan. Jasmine Clow. Emma Koza. Genevieve Dockler. Ella Detrey. Annie Dickout. Julia Iterovich. Ava Fernandez. Catherine Fitzsimmons. Kaylin Foley. Lila Gaikowski. Zoe Galicki. Lily German. Ava Graziano. Madeline Hamilton. Huda Hassan. Abigail Henning. Jackson Hensley. Peyton Hodges. Labiba Ibnath. Rebecca Jenkins. Woojin John. Carter Kelly. Ashvi Kenya. Hayden Kirby. Caitlin Kusovic.
Lily Laszlo. John Louie, Megan Macy, Sydney Macy, Noah Madsen, Mansi Mahalaha, James Marsh, Cody Marshall, Claire Martins, Hannah Mazak, Megan McCafferty, Brady McCreary, Maya Mylander, Julia Mertz, Elise Miller, William Minitel, Cameron Molina, Julia Morris, Sophia Moss, Olivia Nafab, Walker Nall, Anna Ostrowski, Tyler Peters, Mariana Pisum, Jasmine Plisnin, Nicholas Polycarpo, Nicolina Rasich, Laya Ragav, Christopher Rooser, Colette Sarley Freeman, Leah Sebastian, Adam Siegel, Arjun Sheth, Juliana Sobix, Benjamin Spacek, Zoe Stadler, Gabrielle Svoboda, Hamsika Totopali, Chase Salimos, Evan Salimos, John Salimos, Ivana Velkovic, Anthony Vidantonio, Jacqueline Waring, Madeline Waring, Jeannie Winson, Anna Wise, Alexander Ye, Melanie Young, Charlotte Zurowski,
Thank you, Jillian and Ivana. New members, please pick up the National Honor Society pledge card. Treasurer Andrew Youssef will lead all new inductees in reciting the induction pledge. Inductees, please stand and recite the pledge along with Andrew.
I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I'll be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character.
Thank you, Andrew. Well done, new inductees. The mic's down. Now I ask that all members please stand. Treasurer Andrew Youssef will lead all members in the National Honor Society oath. The oath can be found on the back of your program.
I pledge myself to uphold the high ideals of the National Honor Society, striving in every way by word and deed to make its ideals the ideals of my school and of my life.
Thank you, Andrew. And to all new members, you have my sincere congratulations. It is truly my privilege to work with you. You may now be seated. All right. Well. As the 78th annual induction ceremony draws to a close, I would like to thank everyone in attendance, especially families and supporters of the inductees. Consider today's ceremony a manifestation of your incredible support and hard work. For that, I congratulate you as well. Before we conclude our ceremony this afternoon, I would like Mrs. Owens and Mrs. Williams to please step forward. As the advisors, you have walked right beside us in the process of figuring out exactly how our chapter functions. In all fairness, we can never thank you enough, but please accept this as a small token of our sincere appreciation for your selfless dedication towards us and our organization. Thank you all for attending the 78th Annual Brecksville Broadview Heights High School National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. Congratulations to all National Honor Society members. I am excited to work with you all. Thank you, and I hope you all have a safe and pleasant weekend. Before we leave, we are going to get a photo. So if everyone can stand up and look at the photographer on the balcony, we can get the photo and then we can get out of here. Thank you.